bound buttonholes, you have to press first. So when you are pressing the front, you want to favor toward the facing on the bottom and all the way up the front until you hit the row line right here. So this is favored toward the facing, so the seam is toward the facing. And as soon as you hit the row line, you flip it over, and now you are pressing, favoring it the opposite direction toward the actual jacket itself and toward the undercolor. Okay? And that's really important that you do that and that you flip it part way. When you get up to the top here, you're going to clip that seam and you're going to put it on a hem and you're going to press it. Seam's open. That's that last seam that we just did, this one right here. Okay? You clip it inside and press it flat. Then we're going to do the bound buttonholes. So you lay your garment out, make sure everything's perfect. Now when you do it for your jacket, before you do this, you want to lay out both sides from the lapel right down to the hem. Lapel, there we go, to hem, and make sure the exact same length, right? And if they're not, you adjust it now. But you don't have to do that for this, but you might want to make a note that at this point, check, make sure both your fronts are exactly even. And if not, adjust. It's a bit late afterwards. Okay, so then this part, we lay everything out nice and smooth. We make sure that it is favored away from the buttonholes. And then you are going to take 4 pins and you put a pin straight down. You can do it actually on a cork board, works great. Straight down in each of the 4 corners of your buttonhole. You have to make sure it's straight. That's why working on a cork board actually is very beneficial, because you can poke it straight in. So on the other side, can you see? I don't know if we can see. There on the other side, you're going to get 1, 2, 3, 4 pinholes, and that shows you exactly where your buttonhole opening has to be so that it's going to line up with this. So once you've done that, then you open it up. Open it too fast. You open it up and you make yourself some little tailor tacks. Okay. And I'm just not going to do that right now, because I'm not. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to mark it like this, because I don't have my tailor tack stuff with me at the moment. I'm just marking the 4 corners. You can see why tailor tacks would work 1,000 times better. You don't have any pins here. So once I've figured out where that is, I can get rid of those. And then I'm going to take some fusible, and it can be your regular fusible or it can be your weft insertion. And I'm going to fuse this right over top, just like I did before. You are going to do what we did before with the bound buttonhole. We're going to stitch, making sure you don't catch the seam allowance. Just make yourself a nice little rectangle, counting the stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's how many mine is. Yours could be different depending on your stitch length. Coming down to here. And just like we do for the buttonhole and just like we do for all our pockets, we're just creating this space. I'm just going to stitch a little teeny bit. Okay. And we have that. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put the square I just had over top of it. Thank you. And we're going to stitch it down just like we did before. Right sides down, center it in, hold it in place, come to the other side. Yeah, Except for the difference in this one is it is just a porthole pocket. It is so tricky how this gets joined together. We used to not do it this way. It used to be all the hard way. And now it's the easy way. If I can just get this to line up. So now we are going to go and we're going to follow this. And we're going to stitch all the way around. Doo-doo. And then we're going to clip. I'm going to get this out of here. And then we're going to clip the inside like always. So we have an opening. Alright, so then you just make sure you cut it. It's all beautiful. Or not, you know. If your scissors are like these. I know these scissors are excessive, but they're the sharpest ones I own. Wow. Look at that. They actually cut. Awkwardly, but they do. Then we're going to slip all this in, and we've made ourselves a little porthole pocket opening. And you're going to take that, you're going to press it all open so it's all pretty. And then you line it up and trim away any excess. It looks like I need to trim some excess away right here. It's a little bit too much on one side. I'm just going to trim that away, making sure I don't actually cut my jacket. Check it out. There we go. It's not into the seam allowance. Then I'm going to go like this. And I am going to find where my buttonhole is. Oh, that's the buttonhole I didn't actually sew down, of course. So that should be all pretty. And then I go like this and I find that one. And then I hand stitch it down.